Spawning up in the top left-hand position, the man who has earned almost $500,000 in prize pool earnings. From Team SK, it is MC! And down in the bottom right-hand corner, considered by many to be the greatest Zerg player in the world, the WCS Season 1 champion, it is Soulkey! Looks like gate and base is going to be the choice for MC, or he's going to be like Parting and just pretend to go gate and base and then early expand anyways. MC with the unusually early scout. Now normally we see this with a pylon at the expansion followed by a scout, but why would MC be doing this if he's going for gate first and main?
So this could be a couple of reads. Right now, a lot of times when you see a pylon or a probe this early into your base, you're saying never go hatchery. It doesn't matter, just do not go a 15 hatch. And he might be a little bit more comfortable with the gateway popping out so early, just getting a mothership core and his opponent having basically just 4 to 6 Zerglings that are very manageable at the early game stages, just trying to get a couple of mind games going in the very beginning. He could also do a gasless expand. Just take the gas, or take the gateway, the pylon, go for a nexus, and then from there, it's a very easy way to defend against any early pressure, and at the same time, get your expansion super quick.
Looks like MC is in the mood for a pylon block. This would make sense if he's going for gateway aggression, but the weird thing we're seeing out of MC is no early gas. This is almost certainly going to be exactly what you said, the no zealot expand, but this is a very, very uncommon build. I mean, what are the implications for a build like this? Do you rely on gateway timings as a follow-up?
I mean, you're still getting a pretty fast Nexus. It's not quite a Nexus first, obviously, but it's only 250 minerals behind, which is like a half a minute. And you're getting everything a lot faster. Look, you don't even need to get the Zealot super fast because you know your probe is still out there. You can have some reaction time. So a lot of this is just finding the optimizations based on your opponent's moves, your opponent's builds. And from there, that's when you really start to just make the right decisions.
And what's really cool about this from MC is ordinarily you'd look at this and say, now why did you not build the gateway and cybernetics core here? Well, now Soulkey has 0 read on what is going on. He cannot get into the base. He has to send Zerglings all the way in, which can be a little bit of a risky proposition in itself. Now Soulkey, having read that his opponent is not going for the Forge First Fast Expand, has to rely on Zergling speed.
That's something too, I forgot to mention. Think, if you see the probe coming out so fast, you're not so inclined to get the super fast gas, so maybe a lot of times you don't have that speed for a lot of all-ins, maybe? I'm just proposing it.
I mean, it could be the case, but Soulkey, again, the master at staying alive, he sees that all these pylons are back in the base, that everything is held way back. Mothership Core is the last building, or the last gas upgrade that MC gets, favoring instead Warp Gate and Stalker right away. Now, the interesting thing about this opening from MC is that whether it has a push coming up or not involving gateways, he can do a double Zealot single Stalker push, and Soulkey has to commit a lot of units to the defense.
And with that, I mean, it's so hard. Think the metabolic boost isn't up for so long as well, so it's not like you can trap these. Mothership Core is out on top of that.
Oh, no.
So you can use that recall and go for a third base. That would be, well, I mean, you kind of have to go for the third.
Oh, this is a very odd play from Soulkey. I mean, he's seen 2 Zealots. He saw a Chrono Boost on the second Stalker. There's no Chrono Boost that have gone down on this Warp Gate research yet, but I mean, MC can easily follow up any way he wants. Stargate follows down.
That's a great transition right now. I mean, he's maintaining all of his units. Now it makes sense. Getting that Stargate, or the Gateway, the Stalker out so fast enables him to defend against a couple of Zerglings that straggle in directly after this. Third base now under attack. Will MC be able to micro all of these incoming Zerglings?
Well, it looks like immediately MC's going to try to dart back into the corner. Soulkey Zergling timing is impeccable, and he won't be able to run for long as Zergling speed is inches from being finished. Sorry, I'm in Canada. It's centimeters from being finished.
Oh, and recalls out. Look at that. Just going back there to defend against any shenanigans. Stargate is scouted here, and it's an Oracle follow-up. Now you can see the Oracle picture.
Looks like he does want to try to do some early aggression.
Yep.
This is a really smart move from MC. He's going to kind of do a 1-2 shove. Step 1 to weaken with that Zealot Stalker play. Step 2 to further weaken with the Oracle. And very, very often we will have either a gateway push or a straight expansion.
And the Forge going down kind of tells me that he wants to go for that push, the +1 timing push, to take advantage of that upgrade over not having that +1 Carapace, especially now he's able to get in there and see everything. Void Rays popping out directly behind this, and a robotics facility. Whoa! Now,
wow.
It's kind of, you need the robotics facility, some would say, for the Observer. That way you don't just die to burrow play.
Yeah, yeah.
But if he manages his Tempest well enough, he will be able to correctly do everything here and just use that Revelation.
So it looks like MC's going to be heading in. We see in the unit count 3 queens are out, but they're a little bit clustered together. This one gets back to home just in time. Doesn't quite get 2. Could have actually gotten 3 in that small engagement. MC's going to go straight away for the expand. Okay. Still chrono boosting up Void Rays. I mean, this is looking a lot like the Void Ray Colossus style we've been seeing kind of have a return to popularity.
And very easy way normally to take your third base, and Soulkey is kind of behind on the counter, which is normally the Zergling Hydra into Muta transition. That's the one way to deal with this accurately, but he's kind of far behind because the third base is so delayed.
And everything revealed. Zergling marches straight into the main base. Very cute timing. Soulkey also going to do a follow-up Zergling swing. Void Ray versus Zergling, not a very fair fight.
Especially 2.
Ooh, uncharacteristic misstep there. And now there's going to be a fast transition into Hydras from Soulkey. We've been talking a lot about what MC's been up to. It's very clear that going for mass air is super weak against just standard Zerg, Hydra, and Fester. So of course the Colossus transition is to be expected. So when you're in Soulkey's shoes and you know you're going to be eventually up against this air Colossus force, what's your answer?
It is going to be 100% just go Zergling Hydra, dissuade my opponent from attacking out onto the field, mass expand. You get up to 10 gases, and you're attacking at the same time. Or rather, you're getting your hatcheries, and then you have your muted transition. But it just feels like Soulkey is maybe a minute behind of where he should be. That's the problem. His third base being so delayed, the gases weren't put down until much later in the game. And now, how is he doing this? He's poking out with Void Ray pressure. What?
Now, it looks like he's going to be doing every single type of pressure in the book. He sends the Void Rays out. He's going to try to snipe the layer with a nice recall back home. Now, many of you may have seen this in the SOS versus Soulkey Season 1 Grand Final match. It's a very easy way to pick things off.
And this actually stops the Hydras from pushing out in the map. And MC will be able to push out really easily. If the Hydras stay here, that's a big problem, because then it's like the Colossus just push out to wherever they want to be, and they don't have to fight for that first push on just trying to take map control.
Recall from MC yet again, really utilizing that Mothership core to the max. I mean, it's so easy just to leave it passive, keep it at home, but then it's going to be sitting at 200 energy the entire time. MC making sure it is nice and active with still enough energy for the emergency plays. We're now seeing the muscular augments, that Hydra move speed. There's that Spire you were talking about. And Soulkey looks like he's using this style that Jaedong really popularized, the get to 200 possible supply and then don't make anything.
Yeah.
He can sit and chill and then identify what his opponent is up to, and with a superior larva count, flood. But Corruptor's now starting to get added into the mix.
That makes a lot more sense, I think, in this position. I mean, going for the Muta switch doesn't make too much sense, I would say, because he's so behind. He can go into the base trade situation. I feel like because he's behind in economy, he will actually lose that base trade because of upgrades, because of a number of things. And MC, we can see in the production tab preparing that big push. He has 5 gateways in production, Blink on the way, +2 on the way, Thermal Lance is finished, and a Colossus is about to finish. This is working out to be perfect.
Now, all these air units for MC should theoretically be shutting down a lot of the vision for Soulkey, but Soulkey knows that'll be his weakness. He has Zerglings positioned all around the flanks. He's making sure to join them together so it's a solid ring. MC, I don't think is going to have any surprise on his side, but wow, MC is even preparing the Templar switch, so 4th base is probably going to be going down along with this. Nice revelation at the last second.
And this is what I'm talking about. MC is one of those players that goes for composition over, I think, any other protest that I've seen. He really favors just having everything, even if it's not on, it's on an economy that's not sustainable for it. He at least can get a bit slower, and from there, just take better fights. He chooses to be dominating in this fight, as you said, just having the Doom Hammer swing down and just win it right there.
Oh, wow. Nice pickup from Soulkey, just saying, oh, well, if you're going to pick off your rocks, I'll gladly take a Void Ray in exchange. But I think that this is a great point you're making. I mean, MC is doing just like a composition circus. He went for gateway pressure into Stargate, then into Colossus, and now he's pulling back into Blink, and then Charge, and then Archon. And it seems like he's going every which way, but this is really confusing for Soulkey to go up against.
Oh, this is scary. Corruptor's taking a little bit of damage there, but additional gateways will go down. And this will be just MC just trying to drill home.
Wow, a 12-gate play is going to be his assault. He has 10 down, he has 14-gate play. Oh my god, it's time for the sweetest composition in the universe. It's going to be a Zealot Archon shove. But this is an interesting reinforcement decision for MC. Right now there's a tremendous Zerg army. Roach, Hydra, with Corruptor. Does MC reinforce the front? Does he try to go for a drop in the back? His charge is just finished. Soulkey's going to have to control this very well. He does have Vipers on the field, but what does he target in a position like this? No, it's Blinding Cloud is his choice. Colossus coming to the front, getting immediately picked off. A nice time warp, though.
Is it going to be enough, though? Hydra's getting gunned down immediately underneath that Blinding Cloud, too. And now the reinforcements are all Stalkers. He doesn't have enough material on the ground to actually take out any of the tanking units. Vipers, again, going to be charging up here, but I don't even think the Corruptor count is nearly enough to deal with this many Stalkers.
18 more Roaches en route. One yoink. Down goes one Colossus. Down goes maybe two. But is it too late? The force is enormous. 14 gateways worth of pressure. No robo reinforcements. MC's using a standard gateway flood, and Soulkey doesn't seem to be able to handle the heat.
And as you said, just utilizing the gateway units, the many, many small units, rather than going for the power units, the Colossus, the Immortals, the High Templars, and you can see how he's just dominating and flooding through, continuing that momentum to win the game. There's nothing that Soulkey can do from here. Every single force gets ripped apart.
GG.